What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? You are now locked into the dopest YouTube channel of all time. If you didn't know, welcome. I am your host, Him. Here's the deal. I realized yesterday, watch this little video. I'll put this on my Insta story. So it really just hit me that I don't really share too much else about myself and my life. But yeah, you get it. We can cut it short. So I've realized all of that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a chance to really get to know me. So what we're going to do today is we're going to cook, because I actually do like to cook. I have a few things that I love to cook. One of them is seafood, like salmon. We're going to make honey garlic salmon. And I have a DM, my DMs are going crazy full of questions I didn't even know that y'all wanted to know. I didn't know that y'all really cared about. So this is not about the breakup, okay? I'm not even going to answer questions about that. That's in the past. I'm still not trying to do that, all right? We're going to make some honey salmon. You're gonna get to know him, and you can even follow along and steal my recipe, because I got some secret ingredients and shit like that. But you know, let's get it. All right, y'all. Welcome to Him's Kitchen. Here's the thing: I've never done content like this, so you guys are gonna have to let me know if you actually it or not. But like I said, we're making honey salmon. So while I'm talking, I'm gonna be just doing all of that. I got all the DMs in my phone right here, so might as well get it popping. But first, I have the salmon kind of thawing out in here. One of the tricks with the salmon is to literally just get all of the juice out of it, because it makes it taste like OD, seafood water, dirty seafood water. So you want to really get that, pat dry it with paper towels. I'll show you how to do that. First question is, I understand you to be the male presence in your family, but what man do you look up to? Who taught you manhood? Damn, that's a good ass question. So to be honest, there wasn't really ever a male figure in my life to teach me manhood. Truthfully, it's something that I had to learn just from my mother. You know what I'm saying? And her teaching me or telling me what she wanted in a man. She was my biggest inspiration when it came to who I am and why I wanted to be who I am. But there are still things that I didn't learn, little things. Opening the door up for a woman, the car door. I didn't see that, and I didn't learn that. And I remember in my relationships, that would be a thing that I would want to do and I would want to remember, but I never did. And my last relationship, I remember she would say that, oh, well, why don't you do that? You know? And I'm just that's who I want to be. That's how I want to be. But I've never seen my dad open up the door for my mom, and not to make excuses or whatever the case may be, but so trying to get better at it. I'm not all the way there yet, but it's really my mom. I had a mentor. His name was Brian in high school, because I got a full ride scholarship to college. And one of the prerequisites was I had to meet with a mentor. And that mentor, Brian, shout out to Brian, he showed me a few things, but it was really my mother. All right, so right now we're going to pretty much use a ridiculous amount of paper towels to get all the moisture out of the salmon. If y'all don't like the OD fishy taste and shit, this is what does it. You gotta just go crazy, and let it sit for a while. Let it all soak up in there. And that'll get rid of a lot of that fishy taste. And especially because most of the time these fish be in dirty ass water too. So it doesn't even taste like good fish. Next question. That was a good question, bro. Shout out to you. What inspired you to do music? At what moment you knew music was your calling? That's interesting too. Shout out to my sister, and not Cena, because y'all know Cena does a lot of music and stuff, right? But it's actually shout out to Nat. Nat's the reason I started doing music, kind of indirectly. But first, what we're about to do is, and while that is soaking up all of the nasty fish water, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start the marinade, okay? So the marinade is dope. Honey, garlic, honey, garlic powder, minced garlic, adobo, salt, pepper, and then this. Don't know how to pronounce it. Worcestershire sauce. I don't know how to pronounce this. Sorry, but there's nothing else spelled like it, so whenever you see it on the shelves, just grab it. It's not like soy sauce, but it kinda is. This is a little bit. And I'm not gonna do measurements and shit, I don't really ever do that. I just and just keep going. But honestly, shout out to Nat, because Nat is literally the reason. She was dating this guy in high school, and where we went to high school was a really small high school. It was tiny. I was probably in 9th grade, and so she was always a grade or so lower than me. So she started dating this guy who was a rapper, but he was just kind of a local rapper, a local guy that recorded at, you know, his house in a closet. He did like little school performances. He had a picture on his Facebook of him performing for like 10 people and holding a microphone. But like, you gotta think, in my mind, like he'd already like made it. He was already a superstar. He had like tattoos and shit. And I'm like, yo, like that's crazy. Like Nat's dating like this rapper. Yo, shout out to Benny Maxey, bro. Like he's the reason why I started making music. So he comes over to the house and I'm just looking at him like, bro, like looking at his picture. It's just one image. And I'm looking at it like, bro, he's got a mic in his hand. He's on the stage. Like this boy, he's a superstar. We just started chopping it up and he was showing me this song and he was like, oh, do you want a verse on it? I'm like, what? Like what do you mean? A verse? You want to hop on the song? I'm like, bro, I don't know how to. And then literally, because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, if I don't know how to do something, I'm gonna learn how to do something every single time. So I don't ever let an opportunity pass without me giving myself a shot. So I said, you know what? Yeah, I got you. Like, just give me like a week. I was nervous as hell. I didn't know what a verse meant. I didn't know like nothing. So I started studying and I started thinking like, who is my favorite rapper? Who is the rapper that I feel like will teach me the most? And it was Wayne. I put on Wayne's mixtapes and I studied them. Like instead of just listening to them the way I would listen to them, I started studying them. I started breaking down when words are supposed to rhyme and how to make words rhyme multiple times in the same sentence and what a bar meant. And like, I'm researching all of this and I'm studying it as if it was like curriculum, you know, just so I didn't embarrass myself. I still remember the rap, actually. I still remember the first rap that I ever made. And this shit is extremely embarrassing. And it's trash. It's really bad. But I'm gonna rap it for you. So I'm gonna spit. Am I about to do this for real? So I said, I'm gonna spit these 16 bars. Obviously I had to say that because I just found out that a verse was 16 bars. I'm gonna spit these 16 bars and my dealer come out with 16 cars. I control the game, I put that shit on pause. Now let me fast forward to my round of applause. Throw 1,000 ones, nigga, just because. I said, I do what I does, I'm a G. I ain't gotta prove that shit, your girl a freak. I told her to prove it to my, hey. Yo, that was my first rap. That was in like 9th grade or some shit. And that was it. I never ended up doing the feature. I think he was just like trying to impress her brother or whatever, which it worked. But shout out to Benny, man. If it wasn't for Benny, I definitely wouldn't be here right now making music. Or at least I don't think so. That's how I got into music. And then I knew it was my calling because I became obsessed with it. We're doing the marinade right now. Mix it up. You know, you guys saw what I did. It's just garlic clove, garlic powder, or it's minced garlic, whatever. Honey, that sauce. Want to mix it up. It's actually a big ass bowl. Probably should have done a smaller bowl, but whatever. I'm a big fan of garlic, my damn self, so, you know. I did like the adobo in there, but I didn't go too crazy with the salt and pepper because once all of that is soaked up, I'm gonna put the salt and pepper directly on the dry salmon. You want it to be a little bit thicker of a texture than that. A little more honey. Oh wow, that's crazy. Next question. What happened to your sister? Is she okay? Easy posted her in the ambulance. Oh yeah, so my mom, she was flying out from LA back to Miami and I got a call and my mom's panicking. She's going crazy. She's pretty much like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's Nat. And like immediately my heart is in my stomach and she's like, she's passing out. She literally said like, she keeps passing out. She went to go to the dentist to get 4 of her wisdom teeth pulled and I guess they gave her like too much of the anesthetics. So by the time she got home, she just kept passing out. Like she couldn't stay awake, but not in like a, oh, she's going to sleep. Like she'll be standing up, talking, and then just fall out. So they had to call the ambulance. That was like last week or so. She's okay now. You know, mom obviously didn't board her flight. She actually ran out of the airport. It was crazy. Yeah, that's what happened. We want to know everything. Favorite food. We know you like spicy and crab, but that's it? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Give me spicy Cajun shrimp and crab and I'm good. I'm not like a foodie. I'm not a real foodie where it's like, oh, I need it. Like I need, you know, Nobu or like super fancy, you know, restaurants and no, I'm not. Give me that. Actually, give me some jerk chicken too. Give me the jerk chicken, brown stew chicken, curry chicken. You know I don't eat red meat, stuff like that. But I'm gonna try oxtail. I haven't tried oxtail because, you know, that's like red meat or whatever. But next time I go to Jamaica, I'm gonna try it because I've just heard too many great things about it. Those are my favorite foods. Anything Jamaican. That good old crab. There's nothing better than the crab. No. Right now, we're about to just do basic ass salt and pepper. You know, the fish is really dry, which is good because it's gonna get its moisture from the seasoning. Alright, so what's my favorite color? You know what's funny is my favorite color has always been red, but because of Harmony, it became blue. Because Harmony, her favorite color is blue, and she made me see the beauty in blue. So my favorite color now is blue. Dream car. I mean, it's basic. It's just a Lambo. Like I really want a Lamborghini, like the top tier model though, like one of the top ones. But for a more, like, I guess, attainable dream car, like really the next one I'm probably gonna get, and I haven't told anybody this, is the EV Hummers, like the electric Hummer. And it's dropping in like, I don't know, it's dropping like this year. I really wanna get that shit. Like I just remember being a like young nigga, like looking at everybody, like the dope boys with the Hummers, and I'm like, bro, that's gonna be me. Like so the fact that they're bringing it back and it's all electric, it's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot of oh shoot. Yeah, there we go. That's better. But yeah, now that they're doing it electric, I just feel like that's incredible. And it's dope. Look up pictures. Matter of fact, here's a picture. And I want it in like a candy color, like a lime green. I think that'll be crazy. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? I know the kids are in LA, but in a perfect world, where? It's actually kind of hard. I don't know, in a perfect world where I'm not really worried about like the economy and like money and shit like that or whatever, it would just be Jamaica. It would honestly be Jamaica. I love Jamaica, I love my people, I love the music, I love the food, I love everything about it. So it would for sure be Jamaica. All right, so we gonna dip this in the mixture a bit. Pull my sleeves up. I usually don't really care if the salmon breaks up. Like, I know some people be OD, like, oh, don't break the salmon. Don't break it. You gotta keep it perfect. Like, I don't care. It's all gonna be chewed up anyway. Put that in there. Now, if you really wanted to go OD crazy, what you would do is you would leave it in here, like overnight. It would be like next level. If you did it overnight, it'll change your life. Yeah. Vegetable oil. Olive oil is way better for y'all. They didn't have it at the store when I went, so whatever. Vegetable oil, and then like here's some secret sauce. Like this is for real secret sauce. All right, they got these at like Walmarts and stuff like that, but you got to go to the Asian section. It's spicy sriracha oil, and it comes with like the peppers and stuff inside. So if you want to make anything spicy but just a little kick to it, grab one of these. Next question. Besides yourself and Natalie O, who are your favorite rap artists? Let's see. I like Don Toliver. I think he adds something new to like the sound of rap and R&B. I like Tory. Shout out to Tory. I don't really know about that whole situation that happened, but I love his music. What do you guys think? Is it easy for you to separate the person from the music, the creative genius from who he is as a person? Do you feel like that is deserving to be taken away from him? Because I don't know. A lot of the greatest painters in the world were like crazy. In the history of the world, were like crazy. Like, you know, heard of the dude cutting off his ear. You heard it, but that doesn't change the fact that he was a genius in one way that added to the culture and added to art, right? I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. But I would definitely say, yeah, Don Toliver. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's nice, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Tory Lanez, skis. Yo, we're just gonna put that up in there like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get all that juicy. We're gonna throw it in there. So you don't wanna pour all of your mixture. You wanna pour like a third of it. Let it cook in a third of it. You're gonna put the other third on halfway through, and then you're gonna put the last third on after it's done, and just drizzle on top of it on the plate. And if I had to pick a third, let's go Let's go with a woman. I would say Doja Cat. I think Doja Cat is phenomenal. Like, she's an incredible rapper. And I know she's like pop now, but she's a rapper. She came out rapping. She was rapping her ass off. Next question. What other genres of music do you vibe to as an artist? There's not a genre besides country that I don't have on a playlist that I've created. Like, legitimately. I mean, I listen to oldies from like the 50s. I listen to funk. I listen to dance hall, obviously, and reggae. I listen to eclectic type music like Norah Jones, India Arie. Yeah, like it just goes. I mean, I listen to heavy synth 80s kind of synthwave music. You know what I mean? I listen to EDM and drum and bass. Jungle sometimes if I'm trying to, like, you know, if I'm snowboarding. I think that's kind of fire. Listen to early 90s alternative rock when I'm snowboarding and mountain biking and, you know, getting my white boy on, you know what I'm saying? So, like, next question, best trip I've ever been on. I don't really go on too many trips. That's something I wanted to do this year, but I would definitely have to say Jamaica. But I feel like that's kind of, we heard you talk about Jamaica a lot. So I would say, I'll say Mexico. That's like literally the only other place I've been to, but Mexico. Because Mexico was lit. That was around the time me and Zasha like had first started dating a little bit. So, you know, it was like fresh. She went and it was cool. So we did the whole resort thing. That was really dope. Next question, biggest misconception. First I gotta check on this salmon. Biggest misconception though, about me. Biggest misconception about me. I think the biggest one, I'll see this like in comments and stuff, is like people will be like, oh, you know, Josh is like so controlling and everything like that. And, you know, I could see that. Like, the thing is I'm the type of person that if you ask me to do something, like if you tell me like, you know what, I want to stop smoking. And I'm like, okay, you sure? Like, yes. Like, you want me to hold you like accountable for it? Like, yes. I will literally be your worst enemy if you continue to do that. Like, if you smoke, you know, I'm not gonna let you like live. I'm not gonna let you, I'm not. And I can be overbearing. So that's definitely not a misconception. Like, I can for sure, like, I take up a lot of space is what I tell people. Like, I take up a lot of space in general, you know, but when it comes, a lot of people specifically say it like about, you know, my relationship with my sisters and stuff, but you know, I'm the only father figure that they have, and they do ask me for advice, and they do ask me to hold them accountable, and there's a lot of situations where I beat myself up because I'm like, well, if I made them, and you can't make somebody do something, you know, you can't, it's impossible, but I'm like, man, if I made them listen to me, and if I made them, you know, understand before this mistake happened, and now they're heartbroken or whatever, then, you know, but a misconception is that I'm controlling because I just care, you know, I just care. It can be overbearing, so that is something that I'm trying to like work on and like just let people be. Like, okay, just go, even if I'm right. It's not on me to make sure that they don't learn for themselves. It's on me to be a good brother or boyfriend, father, whatever the case may be, you know. That's on me to tell them, but it's not on me to force anything, because sometimes that's their journey, you know, and that's one thing that I'm trying to learn. If you could work with one artist dead or alive, who would it be? Man, honestly, like I would probably work with XXX, man, because I felt like we were gonna have a run, and I didn't really ever tell this story for real, but I was in the studio and I was working on a song for Kimani Marley, who's Bob Marley's son, which would probably be the other person that I would work with, dead or alive. But the reason I say X is because of this. I'm in the studio and we're working, and I wrote this whole song for Kimani Marley's son. From that song, the producer of that song, who was like my best friend at the time, who cut me out of the whole situation, I had to go get a lawyer and all types of stuff. That guy was in the studio with X, right? And he played the song that I wrote for Kimani. He played the hook, and he said that the song was open, which I actually had a verse. On the original song, I had a verse. It was a whole verse. So I wrote the whole thing and I had the verse, which was dope, but he didn't play my verse, which I don't even care, because honestly, I'm like, bruh, just to have the songwriting credit for the hook is great. Like, fine, I know why you did that. You said it's an open song. So X hops on the song. He's like, I want this for my album. After that, he sends it to me. I was never in the studio with X though. I was in LA. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And he's like, yo, you gotta come to the studio. You know, y'all are gonna vibe. Like, you know, y'all energies just match. Your writing and your artistry. You gotta play his stuff. For him, he's in love with what you've already done. He doesn't even know it was you. And I'm like, yo, this is it. Like, this is it. We're gonna be like a tag team. We're gonna do other records. Like, and then 2 months later, he got shot. He died. So, you know, I would have loved the opportunity to sit there with him and create. You know, he was extremely talented. All right, fun fact with this salmon: the longer that you cook it, the less fishy it's gonna taste as well. I mean, you don't want to overcook it and stuff, but a lot of y'all don't like fish because of how fishy it can taste at times. At this point, we're also gonna put on another third of that just so it doesn't dry out. Next question, probably the last question because the salmon's almost done. What's your type of female personality wise? And in your next relationship in the future, what's a deal breaker for you? First of all, what do you guys think? When do you think is an appropriate amount of time to start dating again? Because this is something that I've been thinking. And it's like, I mean, do you start dating when you have absolutely no feelings for the person that you were just with? Is that when? And could that be a year, 2 years? Could that be never? Because sometimes you never lose feelings. Maybe you're not in love. Of course, you shouldn't really be in love, but even just like feelings, you know? Should it just be a set time? Should it be you start dating to get over those feelings? Let me know, because honestly, I've been thinking about it. But as far as personality wise, I love a woman that's funny. I think like it's just so cute. Like, especially like a cute type of funny, you know, not like a manly, like cracking jokes and nudging you like, all right, chill. But like a cute kind of funny. I like a woman that is intelligent, emotionally intelligent as well. That emotional maturity is so important because women are emotional creatures by nature, and that's fine, and we need that. But that can't be a crutch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say funny, intelligent, creative. That is such an attractive quality for me. You know, and it doesn't have to be like you're an artist or you're, you know, you're making money from creating or something. You just have to, like, even if it's just like some pottery, or you like to paint in your spare time, or, you know, like you have a sewing machine. You don't even care to like have a clothing company, like, but you just like to create. I think that's extremely yeah. The list can go on. I could do a whole video about that, and if you want me to, let me know. If you guys have any ideas in terms of content, because you see, I'm like doing just different stuff because you guys are like, oh my God, I need to see this. I want to see this, and I'm going to do it. And we're just going to see what happens, what sticks. What's a deal breaker? A deal breaker for me is literally like, I had to check on it. Look, I don't know if y'all can see. Oh, that's it. That's it right there. Yeah, that's it. That's fire. I usually make that with pasta. I'm not gonna show y'all how to make noodles. If you don't know how to make noodles, what? But yeah, so a deal breaker for me is, besides the obvious cheating, but that's so obvious. But you can't cheat. Even as I think it's worse if a woman cheats. Now, that doesn't mean it can't be a deal breaker for a woman. Like, of course it can, and it probably should, you know? Like I don't think a woman should ever put up with a man cheating. But a woman, like, her body is like, it's Mother Earth, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is sacred. It's not the same as a man's. Like it's bountiful. It is life. Life comes from there. So it's like, whenever you have a man, like, a man is supposed to cherish your body, and you should cherish his body too. But a woman is like a queen. A woman is sacred. So whenever a woman cheats, it's like different. And I know y'all probably gonna give me like shit in the comments or whatever. And like I said, feel free to break up with any nigga that ever cheats. I don't condone it. I don't think guys should cheat. I've never cheated my damn self. Like, literally nobody can ever say that I've cheated. Nobody, because it's never happened. I will never do that. If a woman ever wants to completely just demolish a man, give your body to somebody else, and that will do it. And if it doesn't, he probably didn't really love you anyway. Like, what do you guys think? Do you think it's the same? Do you think it's worse? Like I said, it could be worse when a woman does it. And either way, it's unacceptable. It could still be unacceptable. Understand that. I'm not trying to have y'all go crazy. It can still be unacceptable no matter who does it. But do you think if a woman does it, it's worse? Because I feel like if a woman does it, she's all the way checked out of the relationship. Like, she's done. Like, she's over. I feel like a guy could still love her. A guy could still want to be with her and still love her and just like f up. And then now she's gone because you cheated on her and you're depressed and all types of shit. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. But salmon's done. You guys see it. Him's honey garlic salmon. All right, follow the recipe, make it, let me know what you think. But if you guys like content like this, if you guys like being in Him's kitchen, you know what I'm saying, then maybe that's what we'll call it, Him's kitchen. That actually has a ring to it. And I'll cook more dishes for y'all. Y'all can ask me more questions. I need more content as well. Let's see, let me get me like a nice piece, like right there. Okay, here we go. It smells delicious. This is really good. Here we go. Damn, that's hot. And it just dropped. It's hot as hell, but goddamn, it's really spicy, especially with that extra, you know, that drizzle of the oil. Y'all need to get that. But so it's spicy, but it's really like succulent. It's really sweet. It's got that honey. Don't overcook it because the honey will start to burn and it'll have this weird taste. But that is so good. I'm about to tear this up. But yeah, that garlic starts to kick. I'm a huge fan of garlic. So 10 out of 10. Might be biased, but 10 out of 10. That's delicious. I need a little more. I'm signing out.